Hello everybody, and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. Today we have a super cool video for all you Atari fans out there. We recently picked up a group of incredibly rare titles for the Atari 2600. We're going to pre-screen those with you guys today before we send them off to WATA for grading. Now all these are for the Atari 2600. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that I'm an Atari guy. I love the 2600, the 5200, the 7800. But nothing can ever compare with the original Atari 2600. Now these titles here, some of these are the only copies we've ever seen and ever owned. These are incredibly rare. These are titles you do not see come up on the market very often, if ever. Some of these, there's only a few known to exist. So very excited to show you guys these today and pre-screen them with you. Once we get those off to WATA, hopefully in a few months, we'll get them back. We can have an unboxing and see what grades we got. But let's go ahead and take a look at this group. I think there's about 8 games in here. Won't take very long, but some of these are incredibly cool games. Let's take a look at our first one. Got to hold this very carefully here. This is the black box Pac-Man for the Telegames. Now, if you guys aren't familiar, when Atari VCS came out, Bushnell also licensed the Atari VCS to Sears Roebuck Company, and it was called the Telegames Video Arcade, I believe. But these Telegames video cartridges, incredibly rare on the market. It's sealed, forget about it. I think there's only a handful of these known to exist sealed. This game here, super rare. This one here, if you can see, it has a teeny slight crushing here on the corners on the side. It is completely sealed. It does have the hang tab here on the back. Like I said, trying to be as careful with it as I can with this. This is the only copy we've ever seen of this game. It's the only one we've ever owned. Once again, there's crushing here on the corners. Has the original barcoding here on top. And if you can see on the sides here, it does say Sears Telegames. It says Sears Telegames up here. This one here, we expect to get, a 7, 7.5 out of this. But, it really doesn't matter. We have never seen one of these come up sealed on the market, graded by WATA, or VGA for that matter. There's only supposedly about 10 of these known to exist sealed. So super excited to see this game. You just do not see these original Telegames black boxes. And for the Pac-Man, forget about it. This one here, incredibly cool. We're thinking this is going to be like a 7.0 or 7.5. Either way, like I said, we really don't care. We're just happy to have a sealed copy of that game. Now, this one here is one you can consider a conditional rarity. This is the original orange box Pac-Man, the white title here, but this one is a conditional rarity. What we mean by that is, this game is not rare on the market. You see these sealed all the time. You can probably go on eBay right now and find 2 or 3 of these sealed, but they're going to be pretty beat up and crushed. This one here, incredibly good condition. The sides here, perfect. No, not really any dinging, no crushing on the corners. The hang tab is still intact. Up here, no ripping. A lot of times these hang tabs up here rip sometimes around the top of the box. The corners have a little teeny color rubbing, but that's not a big deal. And there's a teeny bit of crush mark here. This one here, we're expecting at least a 9.0 or 9.2. And that's why we say this is a conditional rarity. WATA has not graded many of these above a 9.2. There's not a whole lot of 9.4s, and I think 9.6 is the highest grade we've ever seen for the orange box Pac-Man. This one here, incredibly cool copy to own. Very nice. Like I said, we'd be surprised if we get anything under a 9.2 for this. We're expecting a 9.2, at least a 9.0. But this one here, incredibly rare in this condition. Like I said, the title itself, not necessarily all that rare to find those sealed. But in that condition, forget about it. That one there, very nice condition. Oh no, look at this. We actually have another Pac-Man game. This one here came with the original system, along with the Pac-Man. A lot of times, this here wasn't a Pac-In version of Pac-Man, but these Pac-In games, these were always busted open. Everybody got this console, Christmas morning or for their birthday. They busted open Combat and Pac-Man. They played them. So to find these original Pac-Ins, because these are not sealed at all. You can see on the back, there's a little bit of color fading here, color damage on the back, so that's definitely going to hurt this grade. But these games here were never sealed in cellophane, or they were not glue sealed because they were packed into the system with the console. So this one here was never opened. We bought this from the actual original owner. He never opened it. We actually verified that when we got it. We took a magnifying glass across the top edge here. This one here has never been opened. This is incredibly hard to find unopened. Now this one here, it's a pretty decent shaped box from the front and sides. On the edges here, you have a little bit of dinging. You got a little knock here. You got some color damage on the back, and you definitely have some crushing on the back here. And like I said, the back itself, there is some color damage. This looks like it's maybe sun damage. I really don't know what this is. Maybe somebody tried to clean this. They did damage the back surface of this a little bit. This one here, we're going to look at this a little bit more before we send it in. We may not send this particular copy in. We don't expect this to get very high grade. If we do send it in, you know, with the damage on the back like this is like a, 5.0, maybe a 6. We don't expect a high grade on this. But still, a really cool game to find sealed or unopened from the original pack-in. So super cool game to get, but once again, we don't expect a high grade on that. We may take another look at that before we send it in. I don't know about that one. Okay, now here's some super cool games from Tiger Vision. I think we picked up 2 new Tiger Vision games. This here is Marauder. You talk about a game that's tough to find. Any of the Tiger Vision games. I think Tiger Vision made 10 games back between 82 and 84, and all of them incredibly hard to find. They're notorious for having this scotch tape seal on the top and bottom. These were never cellophane sealed and they weren't glue sealed. The guys just put a piece of scotch tape over the top and bottom. So they're pretty notorious for that. Incredibly hard to find any of these titles sealed. A lot of people try to fake this tape seal, but you can't really fake it because once you pull this off, it definitely leaves a mark. You can't put a new piece of tape on there and claim that it was original. So this one here, this is nice. This is nice looking. I would say a 9.2 on this, easy. 9.2, 9.4. This is this box here is in great condition. Still sealed. Still has the original price sticker up here. Teeny little crush mark here, but nothing. You can overlook that. I'm thinking 9.2, 9.4 on this. Once again, Tiger Vision games, incredibly tough to find in this market today, especially originally, with the original tape seal on them. We have one more Tiger Vision game here. This is Jawbreaker. Now, once again, this has the original tape seal over the top and bottom. Teeny bit of crushing on this one. This one isn't as good a condition as that one. But Jawbreaker, once again, very tough game to find. Still original with the original tape seal. This is very nice condition. There's one side here may have a little bit of sun damage on the color, but nothing substantial. It's a little bit duller than this side over here. But once again, this one here, still a very nice looking box. We would expect an 8.0, 8.5 on this. Once again, has original price sticker, $29.99. These Tiger Vision games, super tough to find. This is a nice one to have. This is our second Tiger Vision game in this group, and I think we have another one. I think we have some of the minor 2049ers in stock here, but once again, this is a game that you only have 2 or 3 ever graded. We do have a couple copies of that one. We have most of the ones on the market, and this one here, these are the only 2 we've ever seen of Marauder and Jawbreaker, so super happy to get those in this group. Oh, we have another Telegames game here. Here we have Night Stalker. Now, once again, this is for the Telegames system. This one here is factory sealed with cellophane. Super cool to get these original Telegames video games. Like I said, a lot of people just collect for the Atari VCS or the Atari 2600. These Telegames are often skipped over, but incredibly hard to find. The Telegames system wasn't as heavily sold as the Atari VCS or the Atari 2600, so these are tough to find. This one here looks great. I would say this is probably a 9.4. 9.4, 9.6, A++ on this one. This one here looks perfect. This is a great purchase. I would say 9.6, A++ for this one here. Night Stalker. Once again, super tough to find this title in any condition, much less factory sealed. Okay, now we do have 2 that we picked up that are complete in box. We don't typically deal with complete in box games. We only deal with the sealed video games, but you'll see why we made an exception for these. Here we have Scuba Diver. Now this one here, like I said, is a complete in box. It has been open, but this was made by Panda. Panda made 8 games, I believe, back in 1983. All of them came out in 83. This one here, all the Panda games, incredibly hard to find, complete in box. Sealed is impossible. I don't think we've ever seen a sealed Panda game. They typically only come with a cart and manual. You never see them with the box. This one here, it's a nice condition box as well for having been a complete box, having been opened. There's not a whole lot of crushing on this. A little bit of color fading on the edges here, whereas if some in somebody's collection, but not bad at all. You know, this one here, there is a little color fading on the bottom. We're expecting a 7.0 maybe on this, 7.5. I'd be surprised if we get anything under 7.5 on this. I'm thinking 7.5, even 8 if they're feeling generous. I don't know what condition the manual and the cart are inside. We don't really want to mess with the box too much, pulling them out and take a look. And to us, it doesn't really matter too much. You know, WATA will take care of grading all that stuff for us. We're just more interested in the actual display of this piece. So if you're just looking at the box alone, I'm thinking 7.5 or 8. It all depends on the condition of the contents. If the contents are fantastic, it might pull the actual overall grade up. But once again, 7.5 we'd be happy with. This is a tough company. The games for Panda are tough to find. So that's great. Scuba Diver. And our very last game is also one of the hardest to ever find for the Atari system. Now check this out. Halloween for the Atari 2600. This was made by Wizard Video Games. They only made 2 games. Halloween and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Both of them incredibly, I mean, these are notoriously rare. This one here, complete in box. I think the complete in box is the only one that has ever come up to market. Nobody has ever seen a sealed one of these. So that's why we bought the complete in box version of this. And this box looks great. You know, there's a little teeny bit of, you know, where somebody dropped it here. Little break here. You know, but once again, this one here is complete with cart and manual. And look at, you know, this box is fantastic. You know, like I said, there's a break here. That's definitely going to knock it down to like 8 or below range. And with a little, you know, corner ding. This is like, once again, like a 7.0 or 7.5, we believe. But it doesn't matter. I think there's only been, like I said before, about 2 or 3 of these ever come to market, complete in box. None have ever come to market sealed. I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre, there's only ever been 1 or 2 sealed come to market, and only 1 or 2 complete in box. So these 2 games, Halloween and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, any condition you can find those games complete, fantastic purchase for your collection. Those games, people, you know, are always after them. Wizard, like I said, only made those 2 games, and this one here, great condition for this game. Super happy about this one. Can't wait to see what WATA gives us on this. Like I said, hopefully the contents are even better than the outside. This one here may very well be an 8.0, but like I said, anything over a 7.0 we'll be happy with. We're just happy to have a copy of this game at all. So whatever grade they give us, we'll be happy with it. So there you have our little 8-game submission that we're sending off to WATA. But like I said, super rare titles in here. Please feel free to drop some comments in the comment section below. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.